Dave here, inside Bay 1, diagnosing all the issues from my trip to Franklin and back. You know, Hardcore 44 is a lot more than I thought. It's turning out to be a hot rod, but what I'm finding is, and a lot of you have probably experienced this, I'm finding stuff that when I had this front end built and put in by a very well-known shop. This is a Fat Man Fabrications Mustang 2 stub, long stub, and sorted out the frame, got it all good, and when they installed it, and this is just a heads up, a lot of you know when I was up there I was getting a little shaking in the front end, and I've had it fairly recently, and you know, I always thought it was these tires. These are Riddlers and they're low profile, and you know, a lot of you guys have heard me say, yeah, I can roll over a dime and tell you what year it is. And that's still true. They're 225 45s. These are 18 by 8s. And so it's not a lot of sidewall, but man, I shouldn't be, you know, I should have listened to Matt Bravebender, Matt's transmission. He says, you know, when you drive it down the road, you get a little bounce, you know, when you're going fast. And I always thought it was the tires. It might not be the tires and the wheels. So, even though when I correct those, but I'm constantly having to correct them, well, now I know why I'm constantly having to correct them. I take the wheel off. I'm getting ready to change this coils out back to what's supposed to be in there, because they cut them, which they're not supposed to, and to let that front end drop and rake. So, get this shake in the wheel, really bad. Now I know the roads are bad, but my God, they can't be that bad. What do I find? Don't know how this happened. A little shaky. Like, what the crap? Pop the cap off. No cotter pin. There you go. No more shaky. Should be good, you know, 95, 100 miles an hour now. Put the cotter pin back in. I'll correct that. Wow. I mean, a cotter pin, what do they cost? Less than $1, 79 cents. Just get one in there, and where did the fancy dancy little whoop-de-doo go? It's around here somewhere. Oh, it's probably in this mess here. Yeah. Fancy dancy little, you know, sits over the wheel. Whoops, sorry. Tires are rolling around. Sits over there, put the pin in, you know. It looks like it's still, you know, bearings are good and all that, just kind of came loose. But really, no cotter pin. I'm going to come back and I'll show you the changing the coils out and getting the new shocks. You're going to want to see these shocks. Talk to you soon. Hey, okay, let's go under. Let's see what this looks like. All right, there you go. How many are guilty of cutting a coil to set a rake? Yeah, me and Jason for sure. Done it a million times. But what it had done was it jacked up my sway bar and messed up the geometry on the front end here. So we're gonna put the original size, I think it's a 14-inch coil, back in here, let it settle, jack the front end or the rear end up to get a little rake, let this thing wear in, and then if we got to put a drop spindle to keep our geometry right, that's what we're going to do. You can see I have the sway bar link off right now. Believe it or not, let me see if I can show you. Maybe not, but it was way up at a crazy angle. That lower control arm was up 10 degrees, and therein lies my culprit. So we've ordered springs. Thank you so much to Fat Man Fabrications, over in the Charlotte area. What great customer service. Thank you for getting me sorted out. And let's take a look at the shocks and the damage we did. Okay, crawling around the garage floor. You're gonna wanna see this. So I jack up the front end. We're here in Bay 1. You can see the cardboard roadster over there in Bay 2. And I go to look at my bottom shock support, and it's just falling apart. You know, you're not supposed to be able to read the numbers. 55017. That's a no-no. That's the bottom support. When you whack things out and you mess up the geometry, this happens. Look at that. It won't go up or down. Literally had no shock, whether it was going up, probably going up, probably for all but an hour going up. No wonder it was driving so ill. It was very, very unhappy. You can see that driver's side. Now, passenger side wasn't too bad, but still that indentation from hitting that, where it goes through the lower control arm. Wow. When you mess up the geometry, that's what happens. Like I tell my grandkids, tell my son this too. It's always about the math. It's always about the math. Sounds like a bumper sticker. Yep. Yep. It's always about the math. If you feel the slightest little vibration, there's going to be a reason. I'm going to keep you tuned in here. Hopefully you'll learn a little bit from, you know, I just assumed that when a name shop, you know, does it, that's why this channel is here. That's why our group page is there, because you're going to have to do some of this work on your own. You're going to have tech support of folks like me showing you what could go wrong and the hours you're going to have to spend correcting what you think is what you're getting paid for. We don't want people to spend money that they're going to have to spend more, and time, and potentially this could have been stuck on the side of the road all jacked up, and you know, I'm pulling Patrick's truck off the trailer and loading this dude up and having to drive the B-52 home from God knows where. So stay tuned. Talk soon. Okay, had a little visit. Good seeing Terry O'Connor come up from Maryville. We were talking about his truck, and just a quick plug, he bought a shirt and a couple hats, so we still have a few XLs and larges in our shop shirts. I should have one on now, but I knew it was going to get ugly. I want to thank the Bear Brothers for this great hat that's been going on 4 years now. I think I've had it, maybe a little bit longer, and it's still good. That's what you get when you get Richardson hats. So after my visit, popped in there, got the whole depth trap going, and this dude here supposed to be 14 inches long. So what you do on these Mustang 2s to lower them is you don't do this. Do not. See that shiny? Shiny is not good. Paint is good. Shiny bad. No, come on, you pretty paint guys and you patina guys. I'm not talking about you guys. But this thing's 11 inches. It's supposed to be 14. To rake this truck, which I love the rake on it, and I'll end up putting it back, they cut 3 inches off. So it looks like that once I get my Mustang 2 stock 14-inch, I'll be out to here. It looks like I'm going to have to order a 2-inch drop spindle kit. This is the correct way to rake these trucks. Don't mess with the geometry. Don't mess with the math. So down to Alcoa I go. we're going to hit up our sponsor, our bag sponsor from last year, O'Reilly's in Alcoa, Tennessee. Go on the back counter, see if the stuff is in. I ordered it the other day, and we'll come back with a couple new shocks. So let me just dip down here real quick. So look what happens. You get bad shocks when you start lowering the way Mother Nature did not intend for us to lower vehicles. Boy, you know, and then these dudes, you know, they don't come cheap. So double check yours. If you feel something's not right, just peek underneath. I can tell you that cross member and those two lower control arms, I'll take a picture when I'm done, and I'll put a picture probably on the group page of when I first got it, and the cross members are up, the lower control arms are up to 10 degrees. That was a no-no. We're gonna fix that. Stay tuned, more to come.